Hi everyone, thank you for coming to my 3-minute piano lesson. Pretty fun to be able to do piano lessons in 3 minutes, I think. I'm going to pick up where I left off on the last video where we were looking at C, D, and E. And we could easily find C and D and E by finding the sets of two black keys. Remember that D was in the middle. So C was right below it and E is above it. So this week we're going to do the same kind of thing with the sets of 3 black keys. So here we go with finding 3 black keys, and there's your F, G, A, B. And so I filled in the other one up here. That is the 7 keys on the piano. They just keep repeating themselves. And again, you can practice with fingers 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5. That set of, we did the 2s last week, and we can use fingers 2, 3, and 4 for the sets of 3s. The same idea, very relaxed wrist, nice and firm fingers, so they all come down at the same time. So that was the review, so be sure and practice that. This week also I wanted to introduce you to the staff lines and spaces. So I drew this out by hand. You could do the same thing, or you could download this. A staff will have 5 lines, and you always count from the bottom up, and then that creates 4 spaces. In the G clef, I'd like you to practice making some of these G clefs. Be very careful when you come up and around, come down to the very bottom line, and wrap around line number 2, because line number 2 is the G line. Okay, it's very important. It's actually a guide note that sits on that line, and the same idea in the F clef. Notice how I took great care to highlight those lines. So the dot goes above the F line and below the F line. So in our next video, you'll actually be learning what those notes look like. So, and on the keyboard, those are, you'll learn middle C this week, the F that sits on that F line I pointed out, and the G in the treble clef. So I'll be right back.